Over 1 million cinema lovers have already subscribed to Film Companion. What are you waiting for? Hit the bell icon and join our film family.
Is Akshay Kumar the only sure thing in Bollywood? If you go purely by the numbers, the answer is a resounding yes.
The Ramayana has just begun.
Of the few theatrical releases that Bollywood saw since the beginning of the pandemic, there was only one that lived up to its billing. The Akshay Kumar starrer Rohit Shetty's Suryavanshi. It was the first big-ticket film to release in theatres since January 2020, earning well over 200 crore rupees in its domestic run. Every major release since Suryavanshi, right from Bunty Aur Bubbly 2 to Chandigarh Kare Aashiki, didn't work at the box office. Even the big-budget sports biopic Kabir Khan's 83 starring Ranveer Singh underperformed in its first weekend, garnering a below-par 45 crore rupees. On the same day, two other films released digitally. Basil Joseph's Minnal Murali on Netflix and Anand L. Rai's Atrangire on Disney Plus Hotstar. Atrangire, starring Akshay Kumar as a magician, brought plenty of magic to the OTT space too. The film received a staggering 20 million views in the first 10 days, the highest by a Hindi film on the platform. Lakshmi, the previous record holder and Akshay Kumar's first direct-to-OTT release, is a close second with 19.2 million views over the same time period. Was Atrangire then the bona fide hit in a week where all eyes were pinned to the theatres? Undoubtedly so. So, is it safe to imply that at a time when nothing else seems to click, a film starring Akshay Kumar does?
ये काम एक ही कमीना कर सकता है.
Through two lockdowns and an uncertain time for Hindi movies, Akshay Kumar kept going. Here's what his pandemic looked like. He shot for 5 films: Bell Bottom, Atrangire, Prithviraj, Bachchan, Paandey and Raksha Bandhan in the past 2 years alone. During the first lockdown, his spy thriller Bell Bottom was the first film in the world to begin shooting. It was also the first Hindi film to release after the deadly second wave last year. Suryavanshi continues to remain the first and only box office hit in Bollywood post the pandemic. On streaming, he had 2 releases, Atrangire and Lakshmi, which remains the most viewed Hindi film on Disney Plus Hotstar with 25.6 million views as per Ormax Media. Akshay Kumar's bankability as a star is unquestionable. According to a report from Box Office India, his 2019 releases Kesari, Houseful 4, Good News and Mission Mangal had grossed an approximate rupees 750 crores domestically, creating a new record surpassing the previous best by an exponential margin.
साला गर्दा उड़ा दी.
It's worthy to note that none of his contemporaries, including Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan, who haven't had a release since 2018, or Salman Khan, whose last film Radhe released direct on streaming and received widely negative reviews, have delivered during this time.
बिल्कुल नहीं सर. Encounter में मार दूंगा.
It's perhaps this bankability of the actor that makes his brand of cinema critic-proof. 3 of his last 4 films got flack.
I have been shot.
Lakshmi for a hugely problematic portrayal of the trans community, Suryavanshi for being Islamophobic, and Atrangire for making a mockery of mental health. Post the box office success of Suryavanshi, Akshay Kumar's next project, Prithviraj, was supposed to be the first big Hindi theatrical release of 2022. However, like RRR and Radhesham, the YRF film 2 has got postponed owing to the Omicron spike. As the state of theatrical releases this year once again looks uncertain, it'll be interesting to look at what Akshay Kumar, with a massive but tentative 6-film slate, brings to the box office and digital screens this time around. You can read the full report by Devdatta Sengupta on the Film Companion website. This is Sneha Menon Desai.